Syslog. Let us explore the core host role of the Syslog server, the central witness and memory of a network. In a large-scale network environment, every device, from your core routers and firewalls to your servers and managed switches, is constantly generating status messages. These messages might be simple notifications that a user has logged in, or critical warnings that a power supply has failed, if these messages only stay on the individual devices. They are incredibly difficult to monitor and are easily lost if a device crashes. A Syslog server is a specialized host that acts as a centralized log collector, gathering and storing these messages from every corner of the network into one single, searchable database. The architecture of centralized logging. The Syslog protocol is the industry standard for message logging. It primarily operates using the User Datagram Protocol, or UDP, on port 514. Because Syslog is designed to be incredibly lightweight. It uses the fire-and-forget nature of UDP to send messages quickly without slowing down the performance of the router or server that is generating the log. A standard Syslog message consists of three distinct parts: the facility, the severity, and the message content. The facility identifies what type of system generated the message, such as the kernel, mail system, or local use. The message content is the actual text describing the event. However, the most critical part for an administrator is the severity level. The 8 levels of severity. Syslog uses a standardized scale from 0 to 7 to tell you how urgent a message is. To master this protocol, you must know these levels. Level 0 is emergency, which means the entire system is unusable. Level 1 is alert, meaning immediate action is required. Level 2 is critical, identifying a major hardware or software failure. Level 3 is error, for non-critical errors that still need attention. Level 4 is warning, indicating that an error will occur if action isn't taken. Level 5 is notice, for normal but significant events. Level 6 is informational, which is a standard operational message. Level 7 is debug, which provides highly detailed information used only for troubleshooting. As an administrator, you will often configure your Syslog server to ignore level 6 and 7 messages to save storage space, but to trigger a loud alarm or a text message to your phone the moment it receives a level 0, 1, or 2 message. Security and digital forensics. From a cybersecurity perspective, a Syslog server is one of your most powerful defensive tools. In a process called log aggregation, security professionals use the Syslog server to feed data into a SIEM, or Security Information and Event Management System. The SIEM looks at logs from hundreds of devices at once to find patterns that a human would miss. For example, if a router in the lobby sees a failed login attempt, it might not be a big deal. But if the Syslog server sees failed login attempts hitting 50 different routers across the building at the exact same second, it can automatically identify that a brute force attack is underway and block the attacker's IP address. Furthermore, Syslog is vital for audit trails. If a hacker manages to compromise a server, the first thing they will try to do is delete the local logs to hide their tracks. However, if that server was already sending its logs to a remote Syslog server, the record of the hacker's activity is safely stored on a different machine that the attacker cannot reach. This makes it a primary source of evidence during a digital forensics investigation. Modern evolution, Syslog over TCP. While the standard protocol uses UDP on port 514, many modern security-conscious organizations are switching to Syslog over TCP, often on port 6514. This adds 2 major benefits. First, the connection-oriented nature of TCP ensures that no log message is ever lost, even if the network is congested. Second, it allows the log traffic to be wrapped in TLS encryption, ensuring that an attacker cannot sniff your sensitive log data as it travels across the wire. By mastering the 8 levels of severity and the vital importance of off-site log storage, You will be prepared to maintain a complete and secure history of everything that happens on your network.